Hi BookTube, and welcome to a surprise vlog. Today is the 30th of December and it is about 9:30ish at night. I am going to vlog for the next 24 hours. I'm going to do a reading vlog because tomorrow, of course, is New Year's Eve, and I think, like a lot of people, I am in the push to finish the last few books to meet my reading goal for the year. So I thought I would do this vlog. You're probably looking and you're like, it's a little bit of a different background, sort of. It's still my apartment. So I thought I'd talk about something very exciting. First of all, I find it very exciting. Talk about that first, and then I'll get into what I need to finish reading over the next few days. So yesterday on Sunday, I'm all messed up on the days, like legit. I don't know if you guys have seen those memes going around, joking around about the week between Christmas and New Year's, how it's like, what day is it? Is there mail delivery today? What stores are open? It's so true. Every day feels like a Sunday for some reason. I don't know why. And then I was thinking earlier, just like a few minutes ago, I'm like, okay, so I'm off tomorrow and then I got to go back to work the next day. And I'm like, no. I still have 2 more days off. Yay. So I'm feeling a little discombobulated, if you will, but I'm not complaining about having the time off. It has been lovely. So anyway, so I'm in my pajamas right now, hair up. The dark circles under the eyes, that's just the lighting in here, guys. I've been getting such good sleep, at night and stuff like that. I'm like, it's going to be really, really hard when that alarm goes off on Thursday morning at 10 to 6 to get up to go to work. But that's okay. It's going to be fine. So, like I said, I was just sitting here on the couch and I'm like, I know I wanted to do this vlog tomorrow, of like the last push to finish the books for the end of the year. And I thought, oh, I should start it tonight because, I probably won't. Garrett is sleeping. Garrett usually sleeps out here on the couch, so, I can't really record at all out here in the morning. So I might not start the vlog until like 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I thought, I didn't want to make it, from like 10 till midnight. So anyway, we're starting tonight because I wanted to share some other things too. So getting back to what I was talking about. So yesterday on Sunday, Garrett and I decided, well, actually we decided Saturday night, spur of the moment, to completely rearrange the furniture in our living room, as one does. It wasn't spur of the moment per se. We had been talking about it for quite some time, like about a year. The one big thing that we've been wanting to do is to clean up the apartment, purge the apartment, get rid of a lot of things that we don't need. So we're slowly going to try and start doing room by room. And because, unfortunately, with Garrett not working, he is off. But we figured, well, he's here because he's the one who's got to do all the heavy lifting. That we would get at least this room done. Maybe in the spring, look at painting or something like that. We've figured out that we're not. We had talked briefly, in passing for a few days, about actually moving back in with my parents, for financial reasons. We decided very quickly that we cannot afford to actually do that, and I know that sounds really, really weird, but I don't know if I mentioned this before, but guys, this shocked me. So I pay, I'll be honest, in case you guys are curious about the prices of rentals in the city of Toronto. For a 2-bedroom apartment, we pay $1,100 a month. I know a lot of people out there are probably jaws dropping. It's expensive to live in Toronto, very expensive. On top of that, we also pay hydro. So yeah, we thought, okay, if we move in with my mom and dad, pay them a bit less rent, we can, save some money and whatever. So we were looking up other rentals in Toronto, and rent has gone sky high over the last few years. Like, I mean, sky high. So, I don't know about where you guys live, but your rent tends to go up a little bit every year. Like, they have like the tribunal or something like that makes the decision and is like blah, blah, blah. And it goes up, a couple percentage, something like that. So we're paying a bit more than we were when we first moved in 4 years ago, but nowhere near. So for this apartment, if we were to move out and someone was to come in, the new rent on this place would be $1,750 a month. It has gone up over $600 a month in 4 years on a 2-bedroom. That's why I said we cannot afford to leave. because if we move out, even if it's for a year or so, and then we try and find another place to live, we're going to be looking at $2,000 a month for a rental. And no, that's ludicrous in my opinion. So we're staying here. So we've decided, you know, we're going to start like cleaning it up, making it, you know, it is our home and it has been our home for 4 years, but make it a bit more of a home. Do you know what I mean? A little bit more permanence, you know, with painting and you know, the landlord, the rental company is quite good. Like they know the tenants who are going to be here for a while and the ones who are just kind of like in and out. Do you know what I mean? And like they have told us, they're like, you want to paint, just don't paint the place black, you know, dark purple, you know. We're thinking like, you know, lighter colors and stuff like that. They're fine with that. I mean, when a person moves out anyway, they come in with that horrible paint that's currently on the walls and they just go through the whole place with it and blah, blah, blah. So yesterday we rearranged the living room. So I thought I'd take you guys on a tour because I now have a book nook here in the living room. I have my 2 bookshelves all set up pretty. I thought I'd show them to you guys. I'm not doing a bookshelf tour. It's not going to be like going through every book, but I thought I'd show you guys because it's going to be my new filming location, like where I sit for all my videos. So I just thought that that would be super fun. So let's do a walkabout. Right now I'm going to do this because it's easier, and then I'll turn the camera on when I get to my books. So this is kind of an overview of everything. Oh, there's my book nook. Let me go over here. We have so much space now, you guys. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to do this. There's my kitchen. So this is still a disaster area over here. And our back door, this is the sliding doors to go outside, or to our little patio area. There's a bunch of stuff down here on the floor, garbage and stuff like that. So anyway, here is the new setup. So the TV used to be along this wall underneath those 3 pictures. So we've moved it over, kitty cornered it over there. I got to clean up the shelf above there. The Christmas tree is gone, you guys. We figured since we were doing all this, might as well take down the tree. It made me sad, but what can you do? So the couch that I was just sitting on is right there. So that's on an angle too. That's Garrett's laptop and the cat tower. So yeah, so it's not a big change, but we did purge a lot of stuff. And then this behind me here is the front door right there, coat closet. My witch's broom that hangs all year above my door. Or when you come in, you guys can't read it because it's probably backwards, but it says flying lessons by appointment only. And then as you kind of got a peek, my book nook. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show this off to you guys. So hang tight. So here it is in all of its glory. I am so happy. So the chair actually sits further in, but I pushed it out so I could get in there and show you guys. So I'm going to try and do this as best as I can. There is my all my knitting stuff in its little holder. And then up here we have my flowers, my pretty flowers. They're fake. My little witch. She is a Beanie Baby and I love her, and she always hangs out near my books because I think she's awesome. I think the black cat is in the bedroom. This pile of books here is some of the books for my 20 and 2020 read-a-thon or challenge or whatever it is. This I have to put up somewhere, but this is a picture of Garrett and I that was taken at my work Christmas party a couple years ago. I really like that picture of us. It's difficult for me to get a good picture of me. I'm not I have a lamp with a Christmas decoration hanging from it. Don't judge. And Scrat's hanging out here with me. If you guys saw the movie Ice Age, that's what he's from. I love him. My mom hunted him out for me many, many, many years ago for Christmas, and he used to sit at my desk at work. And then they gave a new policy came in a couple years ago that we're not allowed personal things at our desks, only a single picture. Can you imagine? So yeah, so that's a little bit disappointing. So hold on, I'm just gonna, sorry guys, taking on a walkabout, turning on the whole light, maybe give a little bit more light in here. So bear with, my legs are a little sore from moving yesterday. So here this is the bookshelf that used to sit behind me or beside me in all my other videos. So here's kind of a little overview just to show you guys. So I have this awesome little fox. He's actually weighted on the bottom, so he's pretty cool, but I'll just move him out of the way. So these are all the Back to My Childhood books that I have, my Baby Search Club, the graphic novels, The Complete Guide to the Babysitter's Club. I got this off of Thrift Books. I love this book so much. It's literally just facts and stuff like that about all the characters and locations and all that great stuff. I had to have a copy of it for my collection. Whoops. I almost knocked my witch over. Get back in there. There we go. Okay. So, then I have some Nancy Drew. I have these two, A Crime for Christmas and Double Crossing. These are the Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys super mysteries that came out when the Nancy Drew case files were released. These are not available. These are the only ones in that series that are not available as ebooks. So anytime I see them at a thrift store, I'm trying to collect the whole set. I have a copy of The Secret of the Old Clock. It's a reprint edition, but whatever. A couple Christopher Pike. These were some of my favorites. The first book in the Sweet Valley High series, and one of the Magna editions. This one is The Wakefield Legacy. If any of you were Sweet Valley fans, do you guys remember these? I loved these. There were two of them for the Wakefields, one for the Bruce Patman and one for Lila Fowler. And it's literally family history, so they're historical, and it traces the family. I love it. I love it. So soap opera. They were fantastic. And then I've got, knocking things over, Sweet Valley High Confidential, the one that came 10 years after. My copy of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, Island of the Blue Dolphins by Scott O'Neill. Anybody else remember reading that one when you were in school? My edition of Pride and Prejudice, The Man Who Invented Christmas, which is like a biography of sorts of Charles Dickens, and The Penguin Book of Witches. My copy of Gone with the Wind that my friend Mandy gave me, that's on prominent display because I love it. And then, of course, we've got here, I don't know where I'm pointing, Sophia, Sarah from Labyrinth, and my two peeps. Next shelf down, we'll move this guy back up. Sorry, it's a little bit dark down. Actually, it's not too bad on camera. It looks darker to me. So I've got my yoga cat. He's pretty cool. My friend Brandy gave him to me. My two hardcover editions of The Cat Who, two of the Cat Who books. The illustrated edition of the Da Vinci Code. I know some people think that book is trash. I really like it. Bill Bryson, a couple Christmas books here, my Agatha Christie, and then there were None edition. Some of my Outlanders. I do have two of An Echo in the Bone. This one is a floppy trade paperback. This one is the hardcover. My goal is to get all of them on hardcover, but I kept this one just because I like the color of it, so, you know. Some Heather Graham, some Heather Graham Christmas books right here, and then I've got this one, The Dead Room, and Pale as Death, and down here, Deadly Fate. Both of those last two ones are Crew of Hunters novels. I happen to find them both in thrift stores in hardcover. Again, if I'm going to collect a book, I want to be in hardcover. I have another Christmas book right there, John Jake's California Gold, the first historical fiction novel I ever read, and still hands down one of my favorites. If you haven't read John Jake's and you like historical fiction, I absolutely recommend him. War of the Roses by Dan Jones, which is... I mainly picked that up because Dan Jones is hot as heck. If you guys have Netflix, you need to watch the Secrets of Great British Castles. He is a historian, and I adore him. But eventually, one of these days, I'll actually read it. I'm pretty sure he narrates the audiobook, and I might have to get in on that. I have this book. I don't have very many mass market... Well, okay. On this shelf, I don't have many mass market paperbacks. The other bookshelf is filled with them. But this one I kept for some reason. I've never read this yet. It's called Lessons in French by Laura Kinsale. And I just love the cover of this book. I think it's gorgeous. So one of these days I'll get around to reading it. Essentially this shelf, because I do not have a lot of shelf space for books, and all of my shelf space really pretty much is devoted to my Harlequins, that stuff that's on here is stuff I really want to keep. The Honeymooners by Christina Lauren, Fiercely Happy, Susan Mallory hardcover, Daphne du Maurier's, which one's that one? Jamaica Inn, which I just read this year. And of course, my Sarah Morgans are all there. Season of the Witch, the two by Trace O'Neill, Julia Quinn, which is, which one is this one? Again, whoops, sorry, I've got some stuff. The Viscount Who Loved Me, but this is in the UK edition, and I want all of them in the UK edition because they're gorgeous. I've also got Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell that I haven't read yet. Penny Reid and Edward Rutherford, again, historical fiction. If you guys like it and you haven't read Rutherford, you need to. He's fantastic. And in case you get questions, Garrett printed that for me. I'm not sure where to put her. Maybe I'll put her up there. She's cute, right? So again, some more Rutherford. The Rebels of Ireland and the Princes of Ireland. The Witch's Book by Stacey. Is it Stacey? Stacey Schiff. A couple more Christmas books. Cheryl Woods, my Susan Wiggs edition of Just Breathe. That's one of my favorites. And I have this Golden Girls book that I picked up. Over here, just a random assortment of some stuff. My high school yearbooks. Anybody want to see Baby Sarah? Is this the first one? No, that's 97. I'll show you guys. Oh, 95. There we go. All right, let's see what we got here. 95, I would have been in what? Grade 9? Find me, find me, find me. That's grade 10s. Grade 9s. All right, hold on. Let me get this into the light here so you guys can see this. Let me try and find myself first. D. There I am. Ready? There's baby me. 1995. So I would have been, that's what, 25 years ago, you guys? That's ridiculous. How did I get so old? So yeah, so there's that. Put that back up there. Oh yeah, that I got at my local New Age shop. I absolutely love it. It's a greeting card of all things. But I actually want to frame it. That's the artist. He does amazing work. It's the Triple Goddess. So for those of you who do not know, it is the Maiden, Mother, and Crone. The 3 phases essentially in a woman's life. Even if you don't become a mother, like at my age, I would still be considered to be the mother aspect, you know, nurturing of other people essentially. But I just think that artwork is just unbelievably stunning, and I have it up here. So yeah, so that is that shelf. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I want to show you guys. No. So let's go up. Ooh. Oh gosh, guys, I'm getting old. Okay. Top of the shelf. I love that. That's my little, I bought that at Michael's. It's a little fairy hut. And that up there, that thing, we got that vase as a wedding gift. We don't really have flowers because we have cats. And they would think it's a snack bar. So anytime I do a knitting project and I like trim the ends off of something, I used to stick them in there. I have to continue to do that because it's a pretty neat art piece, right? So I'm gonna stand back just a little bit. This, guys, is the Harlequin shelf. Double stacked. These are all Harlequin imprint books to the bottom. I'm not going to go through all of these, but they are all in order of imprint title. So the blue ones at the back are the American Romance. We go into the Blaze, the Desire, and so on and so forth. So I've got a couple little thingies up here. A candle. That is my reading journal for next year, for 2020. My bear, my sick kid's bear, with the little guy that Garrett made me. And down here we've got, I think back there are more Desire. We get into the historicals. Yeah, you can see the historicals back here. And then the intrigues. And you can see, I love seeing the progression of how the covers changed. So even like the spines, like the intrigues were all like different colored. And then they all became this like purple look, right? Just kind of neat. Harlequin Kiss line. I have a couple of these. There's the Love and Laughter, the Nocturne, another candle. Sweater Weather is one of my absolute favorites. If you guys have not smelled it, do yourself a favor, go to Bath & Body Works next year and check that one out. My TBR jar, my Knit Sip Repeat mug from my friend Andrea. Clearly, I am a fan of the special edition books. These are behind. I'm pretty sure there are Presents, Romance. I think the pink hiding behind there is the Romance. Romantic Suspense, you can see peeking through back there. But again, the progression of the covers, that they used to be like different colors. A couple Nora Roberts, an old Cheryl Woods. But yeah, a Susan Mallory. You know, like they all used to write for the imprints, you guys. Like, yeah. And then how the color changed. And then now to what we have now with these ones. And then over here, let me bend down again, guys. my Read Bliss mug with my bookmarks in it. Mulder and Scully. I got these guys from Hallmark. They are called Itty Bitties. And I just thought they were so cute. I'm a huge fan of the X-Files, if you guys didn't know that. So they sit there. And down here, I've got the Super Romance, the Temptations that they don't make anymore. Again, how they used to look. And then to what they became. This series no longer gets written. Or is no longer... It's been gone for a while. It's been gone since before, I think, right around the time the Blaze line came. Because I think that they replaced, or Blaze replaced them. And then I've got the 11 Spire books. I've got this, what they call a true large print edition because of how big it is. Yeah. And then way down here on the bottom hanging out is my Starbucks Bear. I have some more Love Inspired. And then the Bombshell line, which was really fun. The Silhouette Romance line. And I have these two books, which are just like, these were series that they don't make anymore. They were not around for very long. There's the Silhouette Yours Truly, which I believe was like supposed to be a, what do you call it? Like a romantic comedy. And then the Silhouette Shadows, which was supposed to be like a paranormal one. The Last Cavalier by Heather. Yes, that is Heather Graham. That was her pen name before she just went to Heather Graham. But yeah, so I happened to find those at a thrift store. And then I have a bunch of these ones. These 2-in-1. The Littlest Matchmaker, a story by Marie Farinella and Nikki Logan, and they all involve dogs. It's the Must Love Dogs series. But I have, I think, about a dozen of those. And then these last books here, these are more of my 20 and 2020 challenge books. These are all the rest of them here. So yeah, so there is that. Let me just stand back up again, guys. All right, so here we are, back on the couch again. I hope you guys liked that little bookshelf tour. Little mini bookshelf tour. But yeah, that is where I'm going to be filming now. I'm super, super excited to have it. I think it's going to look fantastic. And the thing is now, how I used to sit, the window was behind me. So the lighting was less than great a lot of the time. But now the window will be facing me. So I'll be able to use some of the natural light, which will be fantastic. So anyway, I've just been sitting here watching some booktube and knitting. I'm working on my mom's cowl. There it is. It's almost done, you guys. I'm so excited. I will show it to you tomorrow finished. I hope to have it done tomorrow. Because I think Mom and I are going to go out on New Year's Day. They have a free bingo, so we might go to that. We were laughing going, we can afford that. We can afford free. So anyway, reading. Epic fail, guys. I had 2 books that I had meant to get to this month that I didn't. One was How the Dukes Stole Christmas, which was the anthology. And it was 12.5 hours long on audio, which is generally fine. But when I am not working and not driving back and forth to the office or something like that, I generally tend to forget to pick up audiobooks. On the weekends it's different because I know it's the weekend, but I think because I've been off for this week, it like threw me off. And I noticed I wasn't picking it up, and then I thought, oh my gosh, I have all this to listen to, and I haven't had the time. So unfortunately, it was for my holiday book bingo. Not going to get that square. The other one was the Hanukkah book. I'm not going to get to either, because yesterday was pretty much a write-off. With us moving everything around and getting organized, it was pretty much from like about 10 in the morning till almost 6 at night. So I didn't have a lot of reading time yesterday. I'm only right now, I think, almost 30% of the way through Good Girls Lie. My goal is to finish that book by tomorrow night. So that is one I want to finish by the end of the year. The other one that I'm almost done as well, that one I'm not almost done, I'm only a quarter of the way through it, roughly, is Her Rags to Riches Christmas. The one about it's the Harlequin historical about the woman who is a convict and she was transported to Australia. So that one I have, I think, 3 or 4 chapters left on it. So that one will definitely get done tomorrow. So right now I'm at 322 books. My goal is 325. So I need to finish 3 books. So I will definitely finish The Rags to Riches Christmas tomorrow. My goal is also, as I said, to finish Good Girls Lie by J.T. Ellison. And then I was sitting here thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I need one more book. I want to hit 325. I mean, that is my goal. I want to hit it. So I decided to do what a lot of people do, and that is pick a graphic novel. So I went on Hoopla yesterday, and I found volume 3 of Giant Days. So I have read 3 of, because each volume contains 4 of the regular comics. That would be like what? About 30 some odd pages a piece, maybe 32 pages each. So I've read 3 out of the 4. So my goal is to finish the last one tomorrow. So I should finish all 3 books tomorrow. And that will put me at 325 books for the year. And that will make me very, very happy. So my biggest goal will be to make my way through Good Girls Lie, because that is the most I have to read. The other 2 shouldn't take me more than an hour. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm gonna watch. Tomorrow's gonna be a very lazy day. I went out and did some running around today. Went to the store, went to visit my aunt. She hasn't been feeling that well. Her leg's been bugging her, and she's had some migraines and stuff like that. So I went and visited with her. My dad's doing good, in case you guys are curious. He had a CT scan today, I think. So they're kind of checking to see how everything's going. So fingers crossed for good news when he gets those results back. But anyway, I will update you guys tomorrow. I'll be popping in and out throughout the day tomorrow, and I'm gonna try and keep like a little thing over here with like how many books I finished, how many books I need left to read. So yeah, so let's, fingers crossed, by midnight tomorrow night I can finish the last book. Finish all 3 of them. I don't think that'll be a problem. I've got 2 other books on the go. I've got the Nancy Drew book I'm reading. I could probably easily finish that one tomorrow, but I really want to focus on the other 2. And I also started another Harlequin print book just because. Those I'm not going to set myself like I want to finish it by this date. Nothing like that, but I realized when I put together that shelf right there, if you guys follow me on Goodreads, I'm issuing an apology because I cataloged today, this morning, 300 unread books on that shelf. 300. My current unread TBR on Goodreads, or my TBR on Goodreads is 1,300 books or 1,400 books. I can't remember how many, but it's a lot. I've now decided one of my goals for 2020 is to try and not buy any books, because I clearly don't need any. So I literally did a randomizer. What I actually did was I went to the Goodreads shelf, because I have them all like, if you look at my Goodreads, I have a section that says owned, and I'll say like owned audio, owned bookshelf, owned Kindle. So I know where that book is. You know, I have a copy of it. The only things that go on my TBR, like on my want to read list on Goodreads, are books I actually have a copy of, whether it be physical or digital. So I have a shelf on there that says owned physical Harlequin shelf. So the cool thing with Goodreads is that you can sort those shelves however you want. And I sorted it random. And the first book that came up at the top is the first book I picked up to read. So I'm reading like a chapter a day or so. Like I said, I'm not setting myself any specific time to get those done, but I would like to read through some of that massive amount of books in the foreseeable future. So anyway, yeah. Anyway, guys, I've been yapping at you for a while for the start of this vlog. I will check in with you tomorrow, and I'll talk to you then. Bye, guys. Morning, friends. I'm going to keep this quick. I've been up for about half an hour. So it is just after 8 a.m. and I finished my first book of the day. I finished the Giant Days book. So I am now at 323 books finished for the year. 2 more to go. But like I said, I just thought I'd check in. They are calling for snow today, which is lovely. An excuse not to have to go out. Yay! Anyway, guys, I am going to finish updating my Goodreads. I want to make sure I do that as the day progresses, because I do not want to be like madly. I mean, you can set the date and all that stuff, but I still would like to get it done on time, and then I'm going to do a bit more reading and go grab a shower, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is 20 after 10 in the morning. I have showered, as you can see. My hair is nice and clean now. Now I don't have to do this again until tomorrow night before I have to go back to work on Thursday. So anyway, yes, I'm sitting in the car. I'm heading off to Tim Hortons for Garrett and I. Did I say it's 20 after 10? My goal is to do an update every couple hours today. So that way I remember to do it. And yeah, so when I do, this is kind of a nice, like, what do you call it? Like a nice trial run, if you will, for in the future, like in January and for the, hopefully the remainder of 2020, when I do these weekend reading vlogs and just talk about my reading, essentially, exactly what it will be like for me. So anyway, it is snowing, you guys. I am so happy. I've been off of work now since the 25th and we have not had any snow. This is always the way it goes. You know, the second I go back to work, we're going to get a massive snowstorm. You know, it couldn't happen while I was off and didn't have to go anywhere. No, it waits. But we have it today. They're actually saying there could be snow squalls. Like there's a warning from Environment Canada, reduced visibility while driving, blah, blah, blah. So I'm doing my run to Timmy's now before it gets bad. And then I can come home and just kind of relax in the apartment. So my mom called me also about an hour ago because I talked to her the other night and I said to her, I go, is there a free bingo on New Year's Day? Because our bingo hall does free bingos like the day after a holiday or the day of a holiday, because the only day they're actually officially closed is Christmas Day. They are open for Thanksgiving, they are open for Canada Day, Memorial or Victoria Day here. I'm so used to talking to people in the US. Memorial Day, Victoria Day. You know, they're open for all the stat holidays except for Christmas. And New Year's Day, tomorrow they are open, but they're doing the free bingo and then they're doing regular sessions after that. And my mom and I have joked saying we can afford the free bingo. So it's usually really, really busy, but hey, you've got as much chance as everybody else does, right? So it's like 10 games and the first 9 are $200 to, like, if you win it. And then the last game is $1,000. So that'll be fun. I've never won on a free bingo, but they are fun to go to. Tonight, the hall is actually doing this massive New Year's Eve thing. They've had like registration out for like a month or two. You have to register. You get assigned seating. They have a dinner. They don't have any alcohol. Our hall does not actually sell alcohol, which I think is a good thing. I don't think it's really needed. I am not one of those people that's like, oh, you know, you shouldn't drink. Drinking is bad. No, do whatever you want, within reason, as long as you're not hurting anybody else. But I just don't feel that you need alcohol. You know, I find, and you know, maybe I'm generalizing just a little bit, but oftentimes, and I'm sure you guys have seen it too, you have events where there are certain people who have a little bit too much to drink and they get rowdy and they get, you know, I see it often at the ball games that I go to in the summertime when I go down to Skydome to see my Red Sox play the Toronto Blue Jays, that you always get these people in the seats in front of you who have like 8 beers each. I'm not even exaggerating. My dad and I counted one time. These 3 guys ended up having like 6 or 7 beers a piece, and they were $12 each. I'm like, how are you affording this? But anyway, they got loud, they got rowdy, they got rude. It's just, you know, like, it's not needed, guys. Like, you can have a drink. I like beer. I enjoy a good craft beer. I actually have one in the fridge. I might break into tonight for New Year's. But anyway, I've totally gone off on a second tangent. So I'll be going to bingo tomorrow with my mom. That's what I'm here to say. But anyway, reading update. I have read, as I already mentioned, I finished Giant Days, and I have read another chapter in Her Rags to Riches Christmas. I have 4 more to go. I'm hoping by my next check-in at noon that book will be done, and then I can just focus on Good Girls Lie and get that one done. So anyway, I'm off to Timmy's. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Hi guys, it is about 12:30 in the afternoon. Quick reading update for today. So far. I have 3 chapters left to go in Her Rags to Riches, Her Rags to Riches Christmas. So I had meant to have that done by now, but then I got distracted. It's always the way it goes, right guys? I always see these adorable reading trackers up on Instagram, and I thought, I have a ton of digital scrapbooking supplies, and I use PicMonkey for creating all my graphics and stuff like that, like my thumbnails and stuff for these videos, as well as some things like the end cards and stuff like that on my videos. And I thought, oh, I'm going to try my hand at doing my own reading tracker. So that's what I've been doing for the last hour. It's super cute, and I'm really, really happy with it. I'll leave a link. My Instagram is always below. So go ahead and you can follow me on Instagram if you don't. And it's in my highlights in case you want to see it. But I'm pretty pleased with it. I quite like it. So yeah, so not much reading has gotten done. I'll update again in a couple hours and let you know. By then, I will definitely have that book done. And I really need to push to finish Good Girls Lie. I've got 11 and a half hours. The countdown is on. I mean, technically I could say until I go to bed, but I don't want to be up until 2 or 3 in the morning. Because I'm going out to meet my mom tomorrow at 10 a.m. So, but can I just say, sitting here now in this corner, this is natural light, you guys, like coming through the window. Oh, I'll give you guys a storm tracker update as well. We have some snow. It looks like it's sticking to the ground, so let me turn the camera around and show you guys. So I'll see you just in a minute. So here we go, guys. As of 12:30, I mean, it's not a lot of snow. You can see it falling, but it's enough. You can see it's kind of covering the roofs a little bit, or a little walkway, sorry for my thumb. But yeah, so there's the current snow update. Hi guys. Okay, so it is literally about 2 o'clock. Sorry for the shadow. I'm trying to find a good place to stand. So reading update. I finished another book. I'm at 324 now for the year. I just have to finish Good Girls Lie now, and I will be done. 2 o'clock. What's that? 10 hours? I have 10 hours to finish it. Yeah, hopefully I should get that done. So right now I'm just making my lunch. Very exciting. I'm having Mr. Noodle for lunch. I know, it's garbage. It's not good for you. I don't care. It's a lazy day. I am literally in leggings and a t-shirt and my big oversized like house coat type sweater. I do not plan on going anywhere or doing anything. Garrett's making chili for dinner tonight, which is super exciting. We used to always get Chinese food, but you know, money and stuff like that right now. So Garrett's making chili, so that'll be yummy. But anyway, so like I said, it was just a quick reading update. Snow, not too much of an update there. Let me walk over here. Yeah, we've got a bit more snow cover right now. Nothing too interesting. It did look like it stopped for a little while, but now it's snowing again. So they said that this was going to happen all day, and I love it. It makes me happy. It makes me cozy. You know, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I want summer. I want summer. I love winter. I mean, I could not live in it all year round, but I like having seasons. I'm one of those people who likes having seasons, if that makes sense. So you really can't see too much outside because it's so, it's bright, but it's not. So anyway, yeah. So that is what is happening right now. I am actually almost done my mom's cowl as well. So hopefully the next time I check in with you guys, I'm thinking about 4 o'clock. I should have that done, so that's exciting. And I'm casting on a new pair of socks after that. So I have to get this done before I can do that. Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Let's try this again. I was just filming my little like 4 o'clock clip. It's now about 10 after 4. And my mom called me again. She called me before I did the first one, and she's like, your dad and I are ordering Chinese food for dinner, and I thought that she was going to maybe invite Garrett and I up, but no luck. She was looking to find out if I knew what something was called, because we both, Dad and I, love these Singapore curry noodles, and every place kind of calls them something slightly different. So they were, I guess, trying this other place, but now my mom called me back again because they're now out of business, so I had to look up another phone number for them. I love my parents, but my mother thinks that the whole internet is Facebook. So anyway, 4 o'clock reading update, guys. I am having an epic fail today. Okay, well, I finished 2 books, so that's not too bad. But I start reading, and then I get distracted because Brock from the Let's Read YouTube channel, he posted, he's the one who's famous for his reading, the reading spreadsheet that so many people, I mean, I've used it for about, I think this will be my 4th or 5th year reading it, or using it. He introduced the new one, and every year I'm like, this one's perfect. I don't need a new one. I think it's great. And then he releases like the new one with like new features, and I'm like, ooh, new and shiny. So I just spent the past hour playing around with that. I need to get reading, you guys. I'm only at 42% of Good Girls Lie. So let's hope I can fly through this. Garrett's in the kitchen doing the dishes right now because he's awesome. And yeah, so I'll update with you guys in a couple hours. Talk to you then. Bye. Hi guys, 6 p.m. update. We have 12 hours to go, or 6 hours to go until midnight. I am currently 60% of the way through Good Girls Lie by J.T. Ellison. I am really enjoying it. It reads through relatively quickly. There are it's hard to tell because um, the way the book is formatted, unfortunately, because it is an ARC copy, it's not formatted the way it would normally be formatted for an ebook. So it's hard to kind of see the chapter numbers or how many chapters are in the book because there really is no table of contents or anything at all like that. I think I'm something like at chapter 48 or 50, I think, and I'm at 60%. So that should tell you there are a lot of chapters in this book. They're shorter. I don't know if this is a hallmark of this author. I can't remember because it's been a number of years since I've read her. But something is telling me that yes, this is the norm for her with these shorter chapters, and each one is also titled something. Which is, not some like long title or anything, but it's like the last chapter was the mother, the summons, stuff like that, like they're like little 2 words, the something, are what I'm noticing. But yeah, I don't think I've talked about what this book is about. This is essentially a thriller set in a girls' boarding school in Virginia. And it's funny because I was watching somebody's booktube channel today. I can't remember who it was. It was earlier. I think it was no, it wasn't Naomi. I'm drawing a blank, but she typically reads thrillers, and she was making a comment about how all YA thrillers take place in boarding schools, and why that's a thing. This is not a YA thriller at all. This is definitely adult. Our main characters, a good number of the main characters are 16, 17, 18-year-old girls who attend this all-girls boarding school, but this is very much an adult story. These are not the teenagers of a YA book. These are, does that make sense? There's a lot of swearing, drug use, alcohol, adult content, adult situations with the actual adults in the story. So yeah, so I am really enjoying it. Like I said, 6 hours. What I've been doing now, just so I can try and get it done, is setting a timer on my phone for like 25 minutes. So I knit a row. I've got 4 rows left on my mom's cowl. I'll show it to you guys next time, like at 8 o'clock or something. And I knit a row, and then I'm going to set my timer for 25 minutes to read. So I'm hoping, to get at least, I would like to be at like 80 or 90% by 8 o'clock. So we shall see. I don't know though, because I think Garrett and I have to go grab dinner. I said we were going to do chili, but I mentioned to him, I'm like, do you want to do subs? So I don't know if anything's still open because it's 6 o'clock and it's New Year's Eve, and I don't know what places might be closing early. So we are going to find out. But anyway, I will talk to you guys in a couple hours. Bye. Hi guys, it is 8:30 at night, and I am still working away on my book. I'm at 71%, so I've got 29% to go. According to the Kindle, it says I have an hour and 17 minutes left, but I never believe that. I just don't think that's correct. Garrett is sitting here beside me watching the hockey game. Who's playing tonight, Dare? Buffalo and Tampa is the game he's watching. So I am going to do another row on my cowl for my mom. I have 1 more row and then the bind off. So I will check in with you guys in a couple hours and let you know where I'm at. Talk to you soon. Bye. It is now 10 to 10 at night. I have 2 hours to go, and I am at 81% of the way through the book. But I'm not here with a reading update, per se. I am here with a knitting update, because as I've been saying, I have been kind of alternating between, sorry for shaking the camera, doing reading and some knitting, and I finished my mom's cowl. I am so pleased with it. So it'll be like this, right? I'm not going to put it on because my hair will get all staticky, but yeah, you would wear it over your neck, almost like a turtleneck, as a nice warm scarf. So I really, really like it. The pattern was free on Ravelry. If I remember to, I will link it below, but it's all cabled. You can see that. I really like it. I actually cut the pattern off 2 rows short of the actual patterning, not the ribbing, because you do ribbing on the top and the bottom. And the ribbing on the top, of course, is a lot looser because you do a very loose bind off on it. But then that way you can wear it either way. And, if you don't want it as tight, whatever. But, yeah, so I cut it off 2 rows short. Thank goodness, because that's all I had left. I wouldn't have made those other 2 rows. There's no way. There's no way. So I am super pleased with this. And then I got thinking when I was like weaving in the ends on this, because I want it done because I'm going to give it to my mom tomorrow. But just to show you guys, so the owl at the bottom, that's where I was when I showed it on my Friday reads just this last week. So I have finished this, like completely knit almost this entire thing in just a few days. It was really quick and easy. I mean, granted, I've been home and I've had time, but there's been a number of days I've been busy. So anyway, I got thinking as I was looking at this that I have like a bag, like a Walmart bag, full of like end pieces like this, some bigger, some smaller. And the sock yarn blanket that you guys know that I'm doing, I was debating on actually casting on another blanket, but in DK and worsted weight yarn. So it would be scraps like this, but they would be a lot bigger, like the squares would be a lot bigger. And it would be a great throw blanket for the back of the couch. So I'm debating. I'll see what I feel like. Maybe this coming weekend I'll think about it. But yeah, I'm just going to put this with the other ones because I've got, ones I've done from hats and scarves and sweaters that I've made. You know, I think that would be really cool to kind of have a big blanket like that. Like as a throw blanket over the back of the couch. So anyway, so that is that. So while I'm showing you guys knitting stuff, sorry, let me put this away too. I did finish my socks the other day. I will show them. I want to show you guys that now because I'm giving it to Mom tomorrow. So, I won't have it to show you for Friday reads this week, but I will show you guys the socks because they're all the way over there and I don't feel like grabbing them, but I did finish my socks. So it is New Year's Eve, and traditionally I do cast on new socks on New Year's Eve. So I went into my bag of sock yarn. I have little brown bags, and my friends picked a bag, and I opened it up, and I got this sock yarn. It is wound that way. It is self-striping. This is also by Rachel at Night Owl Fibers, so the same dyer that did my other socks, the sock blank that I was just working on. So there's her card. This colorway is called Dashing Through the Snow. How appropriate for January, right? So it looks like that white color is speckled. And then there's like these blues, like that's a bluey green, blue, and then the gray up here. I'm so interested to see how these are going to knit up. So my first goal is I have 2 hours finishing the book. Now, again, the timer on it tells me I have about 40 minutes. So I'm going to do that, then I'm going to cast these on, and then I will check back in with you guys. So it'll probably be my last check-in for the night, but yeah, so that is the next yarn that's getting cast on, and it's going to live in this bag that my friend, the needles are like half sticking out of the bag. These are like my only sock yarn needles. I use these for every pair of socks that I knit. So that's why I only ever knit 1 pair of socks at a time. So the bag was made for me by my friend Mandy, and it says, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. It says Llama Stay on it with a llama doing yoga. But yeah, it's going to live in this bag. My socks are going to live in this bag. So I'm so super stoked. Anyway, guys, I will check in with you guys in a bit. According to, as I said, the Kindle, in about 40 minutes, but we shall see. But I will talk to you guys then. Bye.